Is this better? Okay, so the song we just heard was from a game called Medal of Honor Frontline for PlayStation 2, came out in 2003, and it's a war game. I generally hate war games, and I only bought it because my friend sort of, I don't know, told me to do it, and I had bad self-esteem at the time, so I bought it for $50, and I didn't have a lot of money, so I kind of had to stick with it. And you shoot Nazis, basically, and in the middle of the game, there's this section, this stage called Arnhem, which takes place in the city of Arnhem, and it's besieged by panzer wagons. So you're there in this derelict, like broken down city, fighting fucking panzer wagons, like panzer slugs flying over your head, and you sort of have to hide out a lot, and it's very tense, and you think there's gonna be like, you know, like they always do in the games, like or some other bullshit. So this is the song that they play when you do this fight, and it's intense. Like I started crying when I first heard it. And that was like the first time I realized with games how like they can affect you at such a depth that it almost alters your consciousness forever. And that's what it did to me. And after that, I was hooked. Like that's what I wanted out of games, like something that sort of lured me in and drew me in, and really took its time to like trying to convince me of this atmosphere. So, I myself have really I've been really trying to get into that myself, because I feel a lot like modern games back in the days too. It's like they're kind of anxious. Like they always have to please the player, like, and people talk about, you know, you go to conventions and people in fucking suits, I'm a little hungover, so I'm easily agitated. In suits, it's like, oh, you know, if you always have like a minute attention span to grab the blah, blah, blah attention and whatever. Sure, if you want to make money, fine, but you're not really going to affect anyone with that. It's just going to be on a shallow level. I mean, you can shock people, sure. It's going to stick with them, but it's going to be like more of a fleeting emotion or something like that. I had written it down, but I forgot it. Shock. No lasting cerebral impression or intellectual impression. But if you want to affect someone like on a deeper level and actually like alter their consciousness and affect them, you have to work on it. Like it's not easy, it takes time. And you have to trust your skills. And of course, I mean, if a player or whoever is, you know, it's kind of up to them also to want to be drawn in. I mean, this game called Hyperlight Drifter, I don't know if you're aware of it, came out recently, and I played it, and I really liked it, and I watched a Let's Play of it, and this guy was running through it, and there's this little scene with a big looming statue and a campfire, and this derelict landscape with like lightning, whoosh, it's like very atmospherical, and I sat there for almost 15 minutes, like just taking it in. And he sat down by the campfire. It's like, oh, okay, guys, let's move on. And I get it. He has viewers, you know, and you know, YouTube. But the thing is, why does he just? I mean, felt like he was anxious to lose followers, and that's like vanity. I mean, I think that you should try to show people something meaningful sometimes also, and I kind of miss that a little bit. Like, take for example, I made this game called Heartbreak, and we really, really wanted to make a game that was believable and that you could get into and you could get enamored in this city called Dorisburg. So we didn't give the player any direction at all and really tried to build something that was going to be mysterious and invoke curiosity, to actually lure people in and to want them to be there. And it's like a fucking slow game, and it's about programming, and everyone got hooked on the programming aspect. So when we showed it at like conventions and stuff, people came up to us and were like, when do you start programming? And we're like, sometimes it takes 5 hours. And that really put a lot of people off. And of course, at a convention, it's hard to like lure people in because a lot of people don't even put on the headphones. And that's part of the experience. Because you have to use all of your tools to be able to do this. It's like magic. If you really want to do it, you have to use all of your tools. Like video games, they're fantastic that way. Like a picture, I mean, it's pretty and it can really hypnotize you as well. But games, it's like next level, man. You have sound, you have image, you have gameplay, and I get it. A lot of people, they get caught up in like, if the game is not funny to play, it's not like, you don't need to bother with it. But you can't even say that. It's like the holy balance of the Trinity. These things has to come together in perfect harmony if you want to achieve this goal of actually affecting someone deeply. And if you don't want to do that, fine. I just think that we as artists, that's part of our mission. Like, we're not just, you know, that's just not what we should do, I think. Like, we're fucking magicians, the lot of us. And we should use our skills to affect people emotionally. How long have I been talking? I have some time. Okay. Let's look at my notebook. Hard to use, blah, blah, blah. I don't know. I think I actually said everything I wanted to say. I mean, it's not that hard, really. You just... It's not just about being cool or anxious, what people are going to think or whatever. Like, you have to trust yourself. You have to trust your skills. And you also have to trust your audience, that they will listen to you. And not be worried if they're going to listen or not. And speak from the heart and let things take its time. I mean, I used to play Silent Hill, horror game from '99, which is like really oppressive psychology, really scary. And there's this school, derelict school, abandoned school, is like totally scary. And I used to stand in the principal's office and just turn the lights off of the little characters. Everything was dark, and just like taking the moment, because I couldn't experience that in real life. That was the only place I could experience that. And I really don't want to forget that. And I really want to try to tell people to create more experiences like that. And not just do drugs, but play video games. Even though drugs can be nice too sometimes. I'm glad you agree, some of you. I guess that's it. Do we have any questions? Silence. Everything is crystal clear, really? Wow, that's the first time. Or do you guys want to hear more music? Yes? Okay, how much time do we have left? Wow, that's a lot. So, I don't know, let's just play some music. And I mean, if you have a sketchbook or something, just draw whatever. That's what I'm gonna do. Huh? Oh, yes. Oh, yes, of course. That's a good question. Okay, have I played anything recently, not just like old hipster games from the 19s? Yes. I am... Bloodborne was an amazing game. It's kind of like you can, when you learn the game, you can be like an artiste. You can be very spontaneous with the game. The gameplay is like fantastic. It's like painting. It's a horror game, and you come to this town of Arnhem, and it's very sort of Lovecraftian, David Lynchian, surrealist action role-playing game. And at first you think it's regular Victorian horror, but after a while everything gets really weird, and you start questioning yourself, and the meta psychology of the game is insane. You start to question your values, why you play this game, why you think it's fun, and what's going on in the world, and is it a dream, is it not? And this is kind of cool, because it is a game that's super fast. Like, you're this weird Victorian Gothic ninja person, almost, like a hunter. A hunter must hunt. And all the characters are super depressive. But it like lures you in with the music and the environments, and it's actually as if the game is trying to make you mad. And I found myself actually playing it one night and sort of feeling like I had gotten mad because I was starting to question everything in the game, and almost like it's all just a meta game for reality, and whoa, this is what I don't even know what I like. It kind of broke down my train of thought about it, and it was awesome. Like, I've never felt crazy from playing a game. Sure, you can feel crazy from playing Crab Wars or the game where you throw knives at skull heads. You know, the fast game. Dagger or something. Devil daggers. Okay. Huh? What? Yes, definitely. Yes. Well, I mean, Bloodborne is good that way because it kind of caters to short attention span, because right away you get to stab someone in the face and there's blood coming out, and then you stab another one in the face, and that's how it goes. And you get constantly bombarded with these cues, like and everything, like, and then there's a boss and it's like rah! You get totally screwed, and it's insane. Your mind is bombarded. So that's sort of like what lures you in, but then the whole world and the whole mythology is what alters your mind. You did this? Okay, we're done? Thank you.